Hello and welcome to this episode of the Underdog Pound on Sorare TV, and we've got a special episode. It feels like when we've been going through this series, I've started off looking for L15 under 40 cards that could plug into specialist teams, guys returning from injury, super subs, young prospects breaking their way into the game. And we've had mixed success, it must be said. Some of them have came kind of good, some of them haven't really worked out yet. But this week, I went and bought a goalkeeper, a bona fide underdog goalkeeper, and I'm going into Underdog Limited with a fully fledged underdog team. So in the video today, I'll be basically going through the team. I'll be going through the goalkeeper I've picked up and why, as well as a little reflection on this small little journey that we've been on with these underdog cards and the little collection we've managed to amass as a result. In the comment section of the video today, guys, what I'd love to hear from you is if you've spotted any L15 under 40 cards that you think are just incredible. I've not went looking this game week, so comment section will be featured on a video. Drop yours in the comment section down below. I hope you enjoy this one. Whenever you find the video, please do hit a thumbs up button on the video. It means a lot to me. Leave a comment, of course. If you find any posts anywhere, Twitter or whatever, like and retweet, all that good stuff, guys. Stay out of trouble, and let's get stuck into it. Now, since the introduction of these leagues, I've always been a huge fan, a huge champion of them in terms of saying like how much I think they're going to help the game evolve and how engaging it can be for players new and old. And a big part of the reason I like these divisions is that there's clear restrictions and criteria, and you need to get creative around solutions and problem solving. And since we've been doing the videos, we've won a couple of rewards out of specialists with some of the cards that we've picked up, and we're now at that stage where we've got a cohort, we've got a contingent, we've got a stable of underdog cards that are not great, but they play most often than not, and depending on the fixture and whatever, they can be useful. And with some of the experimentation, some of the research that we've been doing through this series, we kind of know what makes a winning score and what sort of players we're going to need to activate that kind of score. Now, one of the more kind of understated elements of this is the repeatability of the utility. So we've got an injured defender coming in this game week, Anton Tinnerholm. He has a game in the current game week. At point of recording, it's not happened yet. So I look to see his minute involvement there before maybe solidifying him in this team, which is why your comments will be very valuable on this one. We're going with two clubs again. We're managing to do the kind of double pair stacks. We're getting some New York, we're getting some Seattle in there. And again, Thiago Nunes is still underdog qualified in this competition. And when you buy cards for competitions, quite often when they don't hit, they don't come in with 60, 70, 80 points, you think, what a wasted venture that was. The guy didn't even come in. But with these underdog type cards, that's not the case. You just roll the dice again. You're playing on law of averages with some of these really, the L15 under 40 guys especially. You can be playing law of averages on rolling the dice and just waiting for the goal to come, wait for the assist to come, wait for the start to come where they rack up a big AA game, whatever it might be. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to this team as well. And I just feel that those lessons, and it's always like you'll come to see in the underdog team, like injured players returning back from injury or guys that are frequently on the bench are key kind of characters, and when you can get ones you can identify and you can trust. Like I've basically got two here with Hebert. I've basically seen him start to come off the bench. I know he's fit and available again. And Fagner. Now Fagner was actually a reward that I won donkeys ago, but he's coming back into form and fitness. He started in the midweek. We've had that game, and he is at home. He's away, I beg your pardon, to a very good team. But Corinthians being defensive and being away from home, if they keep it a clean sheet, he'll definitely score very well. If they keep it very low scoring, he should get pass marks for us. Saka is one of these guys who is in and out the team. He's mainly in, but just Japanese rotation or whatever. But he's on penalties and such. So having a guy like him that can come in, Gamba Saka will be a big game, so he'll probably play. But Gamba are no like behemoth, no behemoth or whatever the term is. This season, so Urawa will probably fancy their chances of going and trying to get a positive result there. And Barry Al and Hebert, who we've brought in as well, are still underdog qualified, have good fixtures, are in the better teams in the division. And again, a lot of these guys, it's just that role on the law of averages. But Marcin Kowski is one of these goalkeepers that will probably always bring in around 42 points or so, give or take. So he's almost always going to be an underdog qualified goalkeeper. But in those rare occasions where he does pick up a clean sheet, because he has some AA game to him, he's a goalkeeper with clean sheets that gets 72, 75. Yeah, I think there's a 70 plus in his last 5. So that's a card that I'm really happy to pick up for this underdog game week. Now, I'll have a look at the fixtures for the next weekend, and even though he will still be most likely an underdog qualified goalkeeper, I'm probably not going to hang on to him when I don't have an underdog qualified division. I don't have any real necessity or motivation to hang on to him because he accruing XP means nothing to me. So if I'm not going to use him, I'll probably try and sell him back into the market at break even, or if I can make any percentages on pounds or ETH, then happy days. So the Marcinowski cost me £81 or 0.085 Ethereum, Tinnerholm 4 quid, Noose 28, Barreal 18. We also got Luciano Ferreira there for £22, Carlos Lampe, a goalkeeper who we got on a transfer thanks to some great intel we got from the Sorare Odyssey guys, but his L15's actually kind of cracked a bit and he's not really underdog qualified, he's more of a specialist card perhaps. Hebert £4, Saka would have been about 50 quid. And I feel with the recent introduction of like the academy and everything like that, that kind of path I've went down of getting 2 limited cards that were really like should be good, really cheap, maybe that fixture, the L15s against them, whatever. And it really fits into that academy mode of having 2 other cards in with the commons, whereas with me I've been building around a specialist team because I've already got a gallery of like goalkeepers and Talis Magnos and whatever. So I feel like the little journey I've been on in this playlist to this point kind of mirrors perhaps what we'll start to see with some of the newcomers on board. Let me know your thoughts on that. I'm very much looking forward to it. I hope to be picking up some prizes this game week from Underdog and from Specialist in the Limiteds. Let me know your expectations on the coming game week for those competitions as well. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Stay out of trouble, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.